Because you guys wanted it, I got this Winter Soldier KO. But is it any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Winter Soldier knockoff that I got from AliExpress. This is not a City Toys figure, it's made by someone else, but that doesn't have to mean that this is a bad KO. In some of my previous episodes I reviewed bootlegs of Revoltech Deadpool 2.0, Black Panther and Moon Knight. None of them were made by City Toys and all of them were really good, so I'm hoping to have the same luck with this guy here. As I said, a lot of you guys wanted me to review him, so I hope that this video will be helpful to you. In case you want to get this figure, I'll leave a link in video description to where I got it. Okay, let's get started. As always, we're gonna start with the packaging, and right away I have to point out that the figure wasn't delivered to me like this. Plastic tray that contains everything from this set was out of the box, and the box was folded. Everything was secured in a bubble wrap, so nothing was damaged. It's not a big deal, but I just wanted you guys to know what to expect. This here is a standard newer type of Revoltech box that doesn't have a window and so you can't see the figure. In front we have a nice promo shot of the figure posed up. Up here in the corner we have Kyoto. Here it says Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi, and down here Winter Soldier. On the side of the box we have another nice promo shot with the same writings. On the back there are even more promo shots of the figure in some nice dynamic poses. Here they show all the accessories that are included in this set, and even the Marvel logo is here. Other side shows close-ups of same shots that we saw on the back. We have Winter Soldier logo and other writings on the top, Revoltech logo and warnings on the bottom. But now, let's open it up and let's take a look at this KO. Here is our Winter Soldier out of the box, and this here is one hell of a KO. You need to get it. Thank you for watching and I'll see ya. No, but in all seriousness, I'm pleasantly surprised by this figure. The sculpt and the paint is really good, especially for a KO. And also, straight out of the box, nothing is falling off. There is no loose joints here. Maybe ankle joints could be a bit tighter, but it's not bad at all. The figure stands fine. But let me tell you, if you get this figure, well, this also goes for any figure that you get. But when you feel that a joint is hard to move or is stuck, heat up the plastic with a hair dryer first. Then slowly move the joint until it loosens up. Don't force anything or you'll end up breaking the figure. For example, on my copy here, few joints were stuck. They were not moving at all. And it was the bicep swivel on his right arm, both butterfly joints, his right thigh, and left leg boot swivel. So there were a lot of stuck joints. Some joints I had to heat up few times, but after that I've loosened them up and now everything works perfectly. So I can tell you now that this KO is amazing. It is so much fun to pose it around. But before anything else, let's first take a look at the details on this guy. Here is a closer look at the head. Now, I'm not a fan of human faces in this line, and same goes for Bucky here. It just looks cartoonish, especially in comparison to the rest of the body. That's just how I feel. You don't have to agree with me, of course. I've seen how the original looks, and it's like that as well. Other than that, for what it is, the face looks okay. Eyes and mouth are well sculpted and painted, and I'm glad to see that there are no misprints here. Everything is on its place. The hair is also nicely sculpted, but there is no weathering on it. Not that it's needed, the hair still looks good. Rest of the body also looks good. The suit is nicely sculpted. You can see all of these straps that are painted black, while the buckles are painted silver. Here they are on the back as well. The suit is painted with a combination of black and really dark blue, and I don't see any major paint bleeding on my copy. The only one that I can point out is here on the red star. It is fully painted, but some bits went over the line. I don't see it as a big deal, but if you're bothered by it, you can easily fix it yourself. This arm is really well done. All sculpted lines look good, and the only minus is that the elbow and wrist joint are not painted with that reflective metallic color like the rest of the arm. But I mean, it's not a huge issue, especially if you're gonna pose the figure. This hand has a peg hole here, and I assume that it's for plugging in the connection for Captain America's shield that is not included in this set. The rest of the body also looks good. Here is a closer look at the legs with these straps and wrinkles on the pants. We have these knee pads, and I've just noticed that this one is shiny, kind of reflective, while this one is matte. Here is a closer look at his boots, and then the bottom of the feet. Here is the back of the figure, and again you can see these black straps, pouches on the belt, and pockets on the pants. Here is the back of the legs, and on the back of his left boot we have a Marvel copyright logo. Let's now take a look at his accessories. First, he comes with a transparent display stand that you have to put together, and on the stand we see Kyoto logo. The sticker part should be plugged into the base of the stand, while this thinner peg should be plugged here in the peg hole on his butt, like this, and the stand will definitely hold him. There is also this additional clamp in case you want to use that, and all you need to do is connect it to this peg. Then we get 3 pairs of hands. All right hands are gloved and all left hands are metallic silver. One fisted and one relaxed hand is already on the figure. Then we get the other fisted and relaxed hand, and also a pair of trigger finger hands. He comes with 2 additional pouches that can be plugged onto the figure. As with all Revoltech figures, we have a lot of these peg holes on a few different spots on the figure, but from my understanding these are meant to replace the smaller pouches that are already on the belt. As you can see, these are also pegged into the belt, so you simply have to remove those, and then you can have your Winter Soldier with a bigger pouch. Then we get 2 pairs of knife sheets, a pair that has the knives sculpted inside and a pair of empty sheets. They all have pegs, so you can attach them onto the figure wherever you like best. Then we also get a pair of knives that have a black handle and a dark silver blade. These can be used with his trigger finger hands, and the grip is nice and tight. But my gripe is that he doesn't come with any other weapons. There are no guns here, even though he comes with trigger finger hands. On top of that, there are peg holes on his thighs that are perfect for gun holsters. Here is a gun holster that came with City Toys amazing Yamaguchi Agent Venom, and you could use it for this figure. It's not a perfect fit. I feel like the peg hole is slightly smaller than the peg, but it can be done. And since we are trying out Agent Venom accessories, let me just say that his guns fit perfectly into these hands. So let's try to put them on the figure. Removing the hands is easy on this guy, but on his right arm, just be careful not to lose this small piece that goes around the wrist. That is something that we don't have on the metallic arm, but this one has it, so again, be careful. We put on these hands, and here is how that looks. The guns are big, but the proportions in this line are exaggerated anyway, so I think that this works. And then here he is with Agent Venom's bigger rifle, and again, this looks perfect. There are 3 more peg holes on his back and 2 more on this pouch on the back of the belt. I don't know if these are there by default. Are these there just because it's a standard for this line? Maybe we are meant to put Cap's shield there or something. I don't know. I mean, you can put the knife sheets there. In fact, that's how it's shown on the box, so there you go. Our Winter Soldier has a faceplate on him, and he comes with 4 more alternate faceplates. One of them is masked, and here is how that looks. He has this mask over the eyes, and then the other 3 plates have the same face expression. The only difference is that the eyes are looking in different directions. This one looks forward, this one looks to his right, and then this one looks to the left. I would prefer something else, like for example a yelling face, but it is what it is. And finally, he comes with this mouth cover piece, and this is something that I'm actually really grateful for. As I said earlier, I'm not a fan of this cartoonish look of the face, so I can cover it with this. There are these small tabs on the sides, so you just slide it underneath the hair like this, and it holds. And yeah, I like this much better. This is also his look when we see him for the first time in the movie, so I like it. And the way to swap the faceplates is simple. You just pull this one down like this, and you can see that it was pegged up here in this hairpiece. And let's put on him this masked faceplate. This is his alternate look, because all the other faces, as you saw, are different just by the direction in which he is looking. Here is also how this combination looks. looks. And while we have him faceless, you can also see that the hair is made in two separate parts that go on top of each other on the peg inside of the neck. And that is great because in that way the hair doesn't hinder the head articulation. And speaking about that, let's now take a look at his articulation. There is a joint on the top of the neck, and that is where you get your side-to-side rotation, a little bit of side-to-side tilt. But then there is another joint at the base of the neck. And so with those two joints, he can look down this much. And because of the way that the hair and these faceplates are constructed, he can look up this much. This is fantastic. And then we have these standard amazing Yamaguchi, let's call them butterfly joints. It's a disc that moves back and forward, and that gives you a better range of movement for the arms. Inside of the shoulder there is a standard Revoltech joint, and together with this disc, Winter Soldier can put his arms across his chest this far and back this far. This shoulder joint has few different options. It gives you full arm rotation and then hinges the arm so that the arm can go out all the way. But then there is another small ball joint where it connects to the shoulder. So in there you also get a rotation. We have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow and a swivel in the elbow, swivel in the wrists, and a hinge in all directions. We have two cuts in the torso. One is up here and the other one is here behind the belt, and so that is where you'll get your side-to-side rotation and a nice tilt to the side. He bends forward this much, and this is incredible. He goes back this much. Legs spread out all the way, they kick forward, back, and the belt is made out of a softer rubbery plastic, so it goes out of the way and doesn't hinder the leg movement. We have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, boot swivel, swivel in the ankles, feet move forward this much, back all the way. We have a toe joint and a really generous ankle pivot. And so, as expected, the articulation on this figure is fantastic. Let's now compare this guy to some other figures. Here is how he scales with two amazing Yamaguchi knockoffs. Both of these are City Toys figures, so on the left we have Agent Venom, and on the right we have their Agent Anti-Venom. Here is how he scales with two more amazing Yamaguchi AliExpress knockoffs. We have him next to Black Panther and Moon Knight. And then two more Revoltech knockoffs from AliExpress. We have him next to Deadpool 2.0 and Wolverine. Here is how he scales with the original SH Figure Arts Iron Man, Mark 7 and Captain America. Here he is next to the City Toys bootlegs of 185 Spidey and 96 Tiger Stripe Wolverine. And finally, to see how he scales with Marvel Legends, here he is next to movie Deadpool and Logan. So there you guys go. That was my review of amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Winter Soldier knockoff from AliExpress. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is a fantastic KO. I have a nice number of bootlegs in my collection and I was still surprised by the quality of this guy. Sculpt and paint are great and articulation is fantastic. Posing this guy is a lot of fun. He's probably shorter than the original release, and that's kind of expected with these copies. But my only gripe would be the lack of additional accessories. Don't get me wrong, the ones that are included are great, but I feel like we are missing a gun or a rifle here. And that's not a knock on the knockoff. That's how it is with the official release as well. But if you are collecting action figures for some time, you probably have some weapons that you can give to this guy. So, would I recommend this KO? 100% yes. I'm really surprised with how it turned out, and I'm looking forward to messing around some more with this figure, and I'll have a lot of fun when I start making a posing video for this guy. I would say that this KO is even better than the Black Panther and Moon Knight because there are no QC issues here, but you can check out my review for those two other figures and see for yourself. Links are in the description. Winter Soldier gives me hope that someone out there will make a KO of Arkham Batman, because I would love to have that one. But you've heard my thoughts, and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this KO? Do you like what you are seeing here? Do you plan on getting it? Do you maybe have the original? And if you do, let me know how this KO compares to the real one. Once again, if you are looking to get this figure, link for where I got it is in the description. I have one more thing to show you, and it's kind of a teaser for another video that I'm working on. Look at what I got. And this is also from AliExpress. It's a 1/12 bike accessory to go with this Bucky. This will be a part part of my next 112 accessories video that I'm working on, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't watched my previous two, check those out. They are a lot of fun and links are also in the description. A huge shout out goes to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep making these videos. If anyone else can join and help, please do so, because everything earned goes into the channel's content. Patreon link is also in the description. I have opened a super thanks option and I do plan on activating channel membership as well, so there will be a few different options for those who want to support the channel in that way. A lot of you guys want me to review all kinds of figures, especially bootlegs, so this is one of the ways that you can help me to make that happen. If not, that's also okay, you are still helping simply by watching and sharing my videos, so thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.